Okay, so let me start with the first lecture of this particular course. So already I have in previous class I have given you a introduction about the course. So this course is analog communication, and I hope all students are there from both the sections, and it's a 4 credit course. There basically we are going to start with the study of different techniques and different methods used for a communication. So very beginning of this course, before starting with the communication in detail, we'll go with some equations and some mathematical background, so that will be very helpful to understand the communication concepts clearly. So I will go with such small some 4 to 5 lectures on these mathematical concepts. So one of that is a Fourier transform. Just to write down heading as a Fourier transform. So let me write. The first one is the first topic. I am going to start with a Fourier transform. I am not going in detail, but I will just do brief, whichever is required for our discussion, the Fourier transform. So if you have a notebook, if you want, you can note down the definition of a Fourier transform, even though you know it. So I want everyone to write the definition of it. The Fourier transform definition is very clear. So basically the Fourier transform means what? In short form we can write it as F T. The Fourier transform, in short form I will write it as Ft, provides frequency domain description of a periodic signal. A periodic signal. So here what it will do, it will give you the description. Which description? Frequency description of a signal of type aperiodic. Okay.
Sir,
So
somewhere
I
in the
think,
lobby, sir.
yeah.
Somewhere in the lobby, sir. Lobby.
Yeah. Okay, I will take care. Don't worry. Just you concentrate on the class. So if I take any signal which is of type aperiodic, you might have seen a signals of two types. One is periodic signal, one more is aperiodic. If I want to represent a signal which is of aperiodic type in its frequency domain, that is called a Fourier transform, or the Fourier transform is the one which help you to convert a time domain signal into a frequency domain signal which is of type aperiodic. Okay, so let me give the definition of this, what you are going to call the Fourier transform. Even though you might have studied and you might have solved some problems, I will also go through it once in brief. So let us call a signal called x of t. What is this x of t? T indicates time. The signal is a time domain signal. For this signal, if I want to calculate its frequency domain, x of f, what is the x of f? I want to know. In order to calculate a frequency domain, or you want to know what is its frequency domain of any aperiodic signal, we will use a Fourier transform. That means if I take x of t and if I calculate its Fourier transform, that is ft, I will get x of f. So x of t is in time domain, x of f is in frequency domain. You see x here in time domain I am writing it as small. The same x in frequency domain I am writing it as a capital. The t is indicating time domain F is indicating frequency domain. Even some people will use omega to write a Fourier transform, but in our complete course I will use F for a frequency domain representation. So this phenomena of converting a signal from x of t to x of f is called a Fourier transform. Suppose if I do same thing in a reverse order, that means I know x of f and I want to calculate x of t. So this phenomena is called as inverse Fourier transform. What is the meaning of IFT? It's the inverse Fourier transform. So these two are the simple thing, and let me go with some equations which will help you to convert a signal from time domain to frequency domain. That means which will help you to calculate a Fourier transform of any periodic signal, and also I will give an equation which will calculate or which is used to calculate inverse Fourier transform. That means I can convert a signal from Fourier or a frequency domain to a time domain. So let me start with the Fourier transform equation. So how to calculate a Fourier transform? Okay, so let me go with that first. So Fourier transform is x of f. X of f equals to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e to the power of minus j 2 pi f t with respect to t. So this is the equation used to calculate what you are going to call it as a Fourier transform. Okay, so if you want, you can just note this equation. Everyone just copy whatever I am writing on this board. So this equation is used to calculate a Fourier transform of a signal x of t. Okay, so let me write one more equation which is used to calculate inverse Fourier transform, IFT. So that can be written as x of t equals to integration minus infinity to plus infinity x of t, sorry, not x of t, one second, just eraser, second I will write. Okay, so x of t equals to integration minus infinity to plus infinity x of f into e to the power of plus j 2 pi f t with respect to f. Okay, so this equation helps you to calculate inverse Fourier transform. I have given you the two equations. The first equation is used to calculate Fourier transform, and second equation is used to calculate the inverse Fourier transform. I hope this definition is clear to you. Do you have any doubt? You can ask me. If anyone wants to ask any question related with these two equations, you can ask me. If not, I will go ahead. Okay, so let me go next. So before starting with solving some problems on Fourier transform, I will just list out some properties, few properties of Fourier transform. So let me go one by one. So heading you write as properties of FT. Take down this heading. So let me give some properties. The first property is called duality property. What this duality property will tells is, so I will take heading here as I will take with some other color so that you can understand. So here I will write, this is nothing but a property, okay, and here is x of t and here is x of f. So what duality property tells that there is a signal called x of t, there is a signal called x of t, and if I convert to frequency this one minus x of minus f, and one more property is called time scaling property. So these properties already you might have studied in your signal science system, just I am listing it. Time scaling, that means I am scaling in terms of time. If x of at, instead of x of t, if I multiply by a factor a to its time, that is called time scaling. In frequency domain, what will happen is this will divide by modulus of a, 1 by a into x of f by a. And one more property called folding property. Folding. So folding property tells that if x of t, whose Fourier transform is x of f, if I want to calculate Fourier transform of x of minus t, what it's supposed to be? X of t Fourier transform will be minus t Fourier transform will be x of minus of. It's very straightforward, very simple. And next one property is nothing but one second. Okay, so it is time shifting. Time shifting property. So what is this property is x of t minus t naught. That means if I shift x of t by a value minus t naught, then how it affects in its Fourier transform? It will be x of f into exponential to the power minus j 2 pi f t naught. Okay, that means if I use minus t naught, it's in its Fourier transform, it x of f will be multiplied by e to the power of minus j 2 pi f t naught. Instead of minus, if I use here plus t naught like this, then this will become plus like that. So minus t naught will reflects in negative power to the exponential in frequency domain, and plus t naught represents or it reflects as a positive term in its exponential form. Okay. So next one is frequency shifting. This is the one which is most used to you. So frequency shifting property. So frequency shifting, what it tells is, suppose in a frequency domain, if x of f, if it is shifted by minus beta, if it's shifted by parameter called beta, then how it reflects in its time domain? That means in time domain it will become x of t into e to the power plus j 2 pi beta t. See, if it is minus in exponential power in time domain will get plus. Suppose if it is plus, you will get here minus. That means it is opposite sign. That is what frequency shifting, and this property is most useful to us. For our communication subject, this property is most useful, so everyone should know this property. Okay, next property is convolution. So it's not visible to you. So there is a property called convolution. What this convolution property does? Suppose if a signal x of t is convolved with h of t, the star symbol, x of t convolved with h of t, in frequency domain they will be multiplied, x of f into h of f. This is called a convolution. It's like a star symbol. So this is nothing but convolution. Okay, and next property is multiplication property. Multiplication. So what this multiplication property says is, in frequency domain, if the signals x of t and h of t, they are having a multiplication with them. So if x of t into h of t, between x of t and h of t, there is a multiplication, in frequency domain they will be convolved. X of f convolution of h of f. That means in frequency domain, if they are multiplied, in time domain they are convolved. In frequency domain, if they are convolved, in time domain they are multiplied. This is very simple and like a straightforward concept. So dot will become star, star will become dot. Star is nothing but convolution. So one more property is called, there is a property called derivation property. That means if I differentiate x of t in time domain, in frequency domain, it will be just multiplied by j 2 pi f. X of t Fourier transform is x of f, and d by dt will become j 2 pi f. This is a derivation. And next, I will go to a new page. So next property is something called a modulation property. Modulation property. So this property is again very important to us. If a signal x of t is multiplied by cos 2 pi f naught t, that means if a signal x of t is multiplied by cos parameter in time domain, in frequency domain it will be written as, so I will write here, it will be written as 1 by 2 into x of f minus f naught plus, sorry, plus x of f plus f naught. Close the bracket. So this is what called as a modulation. Next, one more property is multiplication.
Can you please scroll up?
Multiplication by t.
So can you please show the previous page once again?
Previous
For the
page?
last property, sir. Yeah, sir.
The
Okay.
derivation and multiplication.
Yeah. You note down. If you want, you can note down. Is it done?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So next. Suppose if I multiply by parameter t, or a parameter t to x of t, that means, so if it is minus j 2 pi f, sorry, it's not 2 pi f, it is 2 pi t. Two pi t to the x of t. If this is t parameter is multiplied in frequency domain, it is going to be a differentiation d by df of x of f. We have seen one more property there. If I differentiate x of t in frequency domain, it is multiplying by j 2 pi f. Same thing, it is like a similar way, this multiplication property. One more property is called integration property. Integration property, that means if I integrate from minus infinity to tau to the signal x of tau with respect to tau, then in frequency domain it is going to be half x of 0 del of f plus 1 by j 2 pi f x of f. So this is what here the same thing. Okay. So can I go to next page?
No, sir.
Just copy it. Okay.
So how many properties are there?
So I will list out another 3-4 properties. You can find in any textbook, even in internet also. Just I am listing out.
So the integration, sir, can you please?
Integration.
The previous page.
Okay, just you copy it.
Sir. Hello. Sir.
Sir, what you have written in integration after that x of 0?
Half x of 0 into delta of f. It is a impulse. Okay? Delta. It is delta of f. It is the impulse function.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Plus 1 by j 2 pi f into x of f. So if possible, I will try to share this written notes to you people. You will see that how it is going to work. But anyhow, you copy whatever I am doing here. Okay, next property is a property called conjugation property. This conjugation property is what? X of t complex conjugate. If it is x star indicates complex conjugate of t. This is to the power x to the power star bracket of t. It is not x convolution. So it is like a superscript to the x of t. In frequency domain, what will happen? Same complex conjugate you will get, but in f you should make it as minus f. It is conjugate. And one more property is correlation property. What the correlation property shows that is, if x of t is correlated, means two stars, two convolutions is called a correlation with respect to y of t. In frequency domain, what will happen is x of f into y of f. If it is single convolution, since two convolutions are there, it will become y complex conjugate of f. So last one is autocorrelation. Autocorrelation property. What it says is, if x of t is correlated with x of t only, that means both the signals are of same type, x of t double convolution x of t, then in frequency domain they will become x of f only amplitude square. So these are some properties related with your Fourier transform. In that, few properties I may going to be used in some of the derivations or some of the discussions. That time, if you want, you can refer to this. Did you copy it?
Wait, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I will wait for another 1 minute, so other people also can copy it. Then we'll go to next part.
Sir, can you please repeat the correlation in time domain?
Sorry, can you repeat it once again?
The correlation, sir. Can you repeat once again?
Not able to hear you properly. Just clearly, can you tell what you are going to tell?
Correlation, sir. Correlation property.
Correlation, yeah. Correlation you want to know.
Yes, sir.
So this one, correlation means x of t and y of t. They are the two signals. If they are correlated, if you want to know what is the correlation between them, that is nothing but two convolution. If I make convolution into convolution, that is called correlation. In frequency domain, there will be x of f into y of y conjugate of f. It's not y of f, it is a y conjugate of f. In autocorrelation, instead of two signals, I am finding a correlation between the same signal, that is x of t correlating with x of t. That is called auto, because I am correlating a signal with itself. In a frequency domain, that will be x of f, its magnitude square. Modulus means it's a magnitude. Okay. So let me just go with the next one. So what I will do now?
Yes, sir.
So now what I will do, I will just show you very few Fourier transform which are very important, which are very basics. So write down heading as FT. What is the meaning of FT? FT of Fourier transform of some important functions. Okay, so let me just derive one or two functions which are very important to know. Let us calculate their Fourier transform. Let us take the first one. I want to know what is the Fourier transform of impulse function. Okay, what is impulse function? I think you might have studied in your signals and system. Even you are using this function most commonly, most regularly in your digital signal processing course. Can anyone tell me what is impulse function or how do you represent? The symbol of this is delta of t, correct? How do you write this impulse function? Delta of t equals to what? Can you tell me what is impulse function? Equals to 1.
Is equal to 0 at 1.
It's 1 when
It is 0.
t is equals to 0.
T is
And
0.
it is equals to 0 when t is not equals to 0. Is it correct? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Actually, delta of t is not equals to 1. It is not equals to 1. That means it may have an infinite value. But people think it is a 1, but it is a very large. If you want to plot me that delta of t, how do I write? This is my time domain signal. 0, x-axis t, so negative t. And if I want to plot this delta of t on this graph, so I can plot like this. That means at t is equal to 0, this point it takes a spike. That means it may not have any end value. It is like it has an infinite value. It's not equal to t is equals, it's not equals to 1, or it's not equals to 0 actually. 1 second. I will just make it clear. It's not equal to 0. It means it has an infinite, it has very large number here. Okay, and it's equals to 0 when t is not equal to. If there is some simple thing is to make a derivation, I can make it as, for derivation very simple understanding. So I can write delta of t equals to 1 when t is equals to 0 and equals to 0 when t is not equals to 0. I want to know what is its Fourier transform. Delta of t Fourier transform, how do you write? I can write as delta f. I want to calculate that. So let me go to calculate Fourier transform of this. So I know how to calculate Fourier transform of any signal. What is the standard equation? X of f equals to integration minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e to the power of j 2 pi f t with respect to t. This is a very standard definition of calculating a Fourier transform. Okay, so I know that x of t is delta of t. So let me calculate Fourier transform. It will become x of f equals to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity. Instead of x of t, what I will do? I'll write delta of t into e to the power of, sorry, it is minus j, yes, minus j 2 pi ft with respect to t. Do you have any doubt in this? I am calculating the Fourier transform of delta of t. Okay, if I look at this right hand side of this equation, these integrations are from minus infinity to plus infinity. Can you tell me where the delta of t exists? At what value of t?
0.
0. If the t is not equals to 0, that means above 0 till plus infinity its value is 0, and below 0 till minus infinity its value is 0. Since this delta of t is 0, if the t is not equals to 0, that means this 0 into exponential will become completely 0. When t is 0, its value is 1, and suppose t is 0, then delta of t is 1, and that 1, if I write here 1 into this part completely, if I write here like this, 1 into e to the power of minus j 2 pi f into what is the value of t? 0. So what is this parameter? 0.
Unit function. So
Yes. What is e to the power 0?
Unit
1 into e to the power 0 is what?
1, sir.
1. 1 into 1 is
1, sir.
1. That means
1.
in simple way I can write this as x of f equals to 1. Can I write like this? Yes, because I am not able to solve this integration as an equation part. Since the delta of t is existing only at t is equals 0, that will simplifies to 1. That means, what is the Fourier transform of delta of t? 1.
Unit function.
It's a not unit function, that is different. So a delta of
That's a
t Fourier transform is 1. If you want, you can note it, all of you. Okay, can I go to next page?
Sir, can you please go to previous page?
Which one?
Page number 8, sir.
Page number
8.
8 you want to see? Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Done? Whatever you want to see?
Just hold on a second, sir.
Okay, page number 9. I'll wait for some time.
Sir, page number 8 is still I'm writing that, sir.
8 you need once again?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Done, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So this one also done, I hope.
I'm unable to see the screen.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm unable to see the screen.
I'm not able to hear you clearly.
Sir, I'm unable to see the screen.
You want to see the?
I'm unable to see the screen. It's not visible, sir.
Just you text me. I'm not. You are not audible clearly. Just you put a chat in chat. You just text what you want to tell.
Sir, she's not able to see the screen.
She's not able to see the screen means maybe your internet issue, your network issue. Because I think others are able to see. From my end, I think it's no issue. You can check your internet connectivity.
I think she must rejoin the meeting, sir. That time it will work, sir.
Eh?
She must rejoin the meeting. Then she will be able to see the screen.
Once again, just exit and join it. Once you exit and rejoin, then you check.
Yes, sir, now I can see it.
You're able to see? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Is this much explanation is enough for next further classes?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to understand what I am explaining?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You have comfort with this type of teaching, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next. So what I will do, I will just write in the form of waves. So I have taken impulse function. I have taken an impulse function delta of t. It's 1 at 0 in time domain. If I calculate its Fourier transform, what I am getting? I am getting 1. How do you write 1? It is always 1. Like a DC. Correct? So this is my delta of f. Suppose if I calculate inverse Fourier transform of delta f, what I will get? I will get this. That means if I do delta of t Fourier transform, I will get 1. Or if I take 1 and if I do inverse Fourier transform, I will get delta of t. Correct? Is these two things okay for you people? The delta of t, I will write like this. That means if you do Fourier transform, you will get 1. If you do inverse Fourier transform to 1, you will get delta of t. Is it fine? I'll go to next page.
Great, sir.
Wait a second.
Okay. Now I have a property called duality property. What the duality property tells that if x of t is there, if its Fourier transform is x of f. Suppose if I have capital X of t, its Fourier transform is small x of minus f. This is what the duality property tells. Okay, that means suppose if the delta of t is there, its Fourier transform is 1. Correct? Suppose if I have 1 and if its Fourier transform, if I calculate what it should become, can one of you tell? According to this
Minus dt.
delta of minus f.
T. Minus t. Minus f. Minus f.
Is it correct? That means if I take delta of f, what is this? This is frequency. This is 0. At 0, it is there. This is delta of f. If I take delta of minus f, then again I will get the same thing or something different. Same thing. That means delta of minus f is same as delta of f. That means what I am going to tell is, if I take 1, its Fourier transform, that is going to be a delta of f. So this is what I want to convey you. The Fourier transform of 1 is delta of f. You remember this. This I will use later. Can I move to next? Yes. Okay. Okay. Next page. So second problem, I solved one problem, that is the Fourier transform of impulse. Second one is, I want to calculate Fourier transform of decaying exponential function. Okay, how do you write this? X of t equals to e to the power of minus at into ut. So I think everyone know the ut. What is ut? Ut is unit step. Only for positive value of t, this function value exists. Its value is +1. This is ut. Then e raised to minus at, how it will be? This is t. So this will be like this. This is my e raised to minus at. Then what is x of t? X of t I will write here. This is my ut. This is my e raised to minus at. If I multiply these two, since u of t is 1 at the positive side, the same term I will get like this. Negative side I will get 0, because negative side u of t is 0. I will get like this signal, and this value is +1, and this is 0. This signal is x of t. This type of signal is called as decaying exponential function. Any doubt? What is decay exponential function? So let me calculate its Fourier transform. Can I go to next page?
Wait, sir.
Copy it.
Sir, even the right hand side two equations refer to decaying exponential. Sir? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Does the right hand side two graphs also refer to the decaying exponential function?
Yeah. What is your doubt?
Does the right hand side two graphs refer to the decaying exponential function, or just the left hand side one?
So left hand side, the black one is a decaying exponential function. The right hand side is e to the power minus at. That is also called decaying exponential function. The which one I am solving, or for which I am calculating the Fourier transform, is e to the power minus at into u of t. Okay. So this is a decaying exponential function only for the positive side.
Okay, sir.
It is a standard function.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Can I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. So let me calculate Fourier transform. If you want, you can try your end. I will also do this. You can solve this in your notebook. Any corrections you can make it later. So first what I will do, I will take a standard formula for calculating Fourier transform. X of f is equals to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e to the power of minus j 2 pi f t into dt. So I know that x of t is what? X of t is equals to we know that x of t equals to e to the power of minus at into u of t. So that implies that x of f equals to minus infinity to plus infinity. X of t I will substitute as e raised to minus at into u of t e to the power of minus j 2 pi f t with respect to t. Okay, till this I think there is no doubt, no confusion. Now, if I talk this u of t, what is u of t? Unit function. U of t exists.
One.
Yes, u of t is a unit step. It occurs only from time t is 0 to infinity. That means u of t equals to 1 when t is greater than 0. Correct? So what I will do, this integration instead of minus infinity, what I will do, I will take as 0, because minus infinity to 0, that means when t is less than 0, u of t takes a value 0. So for that, what I will do, I will take this integration, since it is a multiplication factor, minus infinity to the 0, till this u of t offers a 0 value. So that way this whole term will become 0. So next step what I will do is, just I will change the integration limits. That means instead of taking minus infinity to plus infinity, I will take from 0 to infinity, because my u of t is becoming 1 from 0 to infinity. Then e raised to minus et, u of t is 1 for this limits into e to the power of minus j 2 pi f t with respect to t. So next will be 0 to infinity. So this one I can no need to write, because 1 multiplied with anything is the same thing. Since this base are same, I can add the indices. So what I will do, I will e to the power minus, I will take common. Left over is a plus j 2 pi f into t with respect to t. Any doubt till this? Just to note it. Can I go to the next slide? Can I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, so let me calculate its integration. So x of f equals to, what is the integration of exponential form? What is the integration of e to the power a theta with respect to theta?
1 by
Same.
a.
It is a e to the power of minus a plus j 2 pi f into t divided by differentiation of this part, exponential power part. The differentiation of this will become minus a plus j 2 pi f t will become 1. So what I will take this common, and the limits are like this. Limits I didn't write, 0 to infinity. So z 1 minus 1 by a plus j2 pi f, and this is e to the power of minus a plus j2 pi ft. The limits are from 0 to infinity. So if I apply upper limit and minus lower limit, this will be a plus j2 pi f. This will become e to the power of minus a. This t is infinity, that will become totally infinity. Infinity with anything is infinity. Minus e to the power of lower limit 0. This part into 0 will be 0. So this is done. Next, can anyone tell me what is the value of e to the power minus infinity?
0, sir.
0, sir.
0. Good.
0.
E to the power of minus 0 or plus 0. 0 does not have any sign. So e to the power 0 is what?
1.
0.
1.
So this will become 0. This will become 1. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. This minus 1 into minus is plus. So then this will be solved as x of f equals to plus 1 divided by a plus j 2 pi f. So this will be the Fourier transform of decaying exponential function. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose if I want to calculate the magnitude of x of f, how do you calculate? Let us take so let me show. So x of f I got as 1 divided by a plus j2 pi f. If I want to calculate its magnitude, how do you calculate? 1 divided by square root of real term. What is the real term here? A square. What is the imaginary term here? 2 pi f. X square plus y square, like 2 pi f square. This is the magnitude. So if I want to calculate its angle, it's not required for analog communication, but just I am telling. So this will be 1 divided by tan inverse of imaginary term divided by real term. So it's not required actually. So just remove this. Okay, this one is enough. I hope now we can calculate the Fourier transform of some functions like this. It's not required actually. So can you take one small homework like kind of thing? So calculate Fourier transform of this function e to the power of plus at into ut. Just you do it yourself. If you want, you can take a help of some textbooks or any internet source, so that your mathematical skill can be improved. Just you practice it. Take it as a homework. Can I go to next?
Can you show the next page? Can you show the last page?
Yeah.
Can you show the last page?
Tell me clearly or loudly, properly.
Can you show the last page?
Last slide. Okay, last slide. Previous slide. Okay.
Yes, sir, done.
Done?
Yeah.
Very fast.
Okay, can I go to next? Okay. So let me take a third problem. I think two problems we solved. Let me take the third one. Rect function. This is the most common function in most of the interviews or your competitive exams. The questions will be based on this rect function. Fourier transform of a rect function, rectangular function it is also called as. Have you seen this function? What is rect function or what is rectangular function? Anybody have seen or studied or you have calculated the Fourier transform of this? Can any one of you tell me what is x of t for the rect function? X of t equals to rect of t. They will write it as rect of t. Rect means rectangular function. So it is very simple. Just you plot this signal. This is time. Here is 0 and the signal will be like this. And here takes value 1 by 2. Here takes value minus 1 by 2. And this amplitude is 1. This is called rect of t. Just note down this. Have you seen this function before this class?
Yes, sir.
No, then how can I write this in terms of an equation? If I write in terms of equation, this x of t equals to, its value is 1
minus
when
1 by 2 to 1.
t is less than 1 by 2 for positive side and negative side is minus 1 by 2. So I will take it as mod t. Or rest of the place it is 0. That means when mod of t is greater than 1 by 2. That means above plus 1 by 2 is 0, below minus 1 by 2 is 0. The mod of t means the positive t as well as negative t. So let's make this clear. This is rect of t. Now one more is there. This is a simple form I taken just for us knowledge purpose. I will tell you rect of t by t. How do you write? How do you plot? The same function, it takes value 1 0. Can you tell me what is the value here? T by 2, here minus t by 2. This is called rect of t by t. It means this t is there no in denominator, that will be divided by 2 positive side divided by 2 negative side. Here it is nothing, means here is 1 is there actually. 1 by 2, 1 minus 1 by 2, like this. Got it? Suppose if I write here something called a, then this amplitude will become a. This is a rect t by t. Can we calculate Fourier transform of this function? We go to next. Okay, let me calculate Fourier transform. I'll start with the fresh formula. X of
Sir,
f.
15 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬೇಗ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ.
Which one? Yes, can you repeat it once?
ಸರ್ 15 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬೇಗ ಬಿಡಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು.
Not able, man, not able to hear you clearly. Tell me properly what you are going to tell. Yes. Can I calculate Fourier transform of the signal? X of f equals to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x of t into e to the power of minus j2 pi ft with respect to t. I know that x of t is a rectangular function. Its value is minus from minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2. Its value is 1. So what I will do, I will write x of x equals to, so I will write instead of minus infinity to plus infinity, what I will do, I will write here minus 1 by 2 to
Sir,
plus 1. Yes,
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
can you?
ಸರ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಸರ್?
ಹಾ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತದೆ, ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ, ಏನು ಹೇಳು.
ಸರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಗ ಬಿಡಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಂಟೆಗೆ?
ಇವಾಗ 2 ಗಂಟೆಗಿದೆ.
2 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಲಂಚ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ 2:30 ವರೆಗೂ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಗೀಗ. ಕೇಳಿ.
ಇದನ್ನ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡು, 2 ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಹಾ 2 ನಿಮಿಷ ಸಾಕು ಸರ್.
ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ. ಏನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್?
ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 8:15 ಇಂದ.
8:15 ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
8:15 ಇಂದ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಆಯ್ತು, ಮುಗಿಸೋಣ ಬೇಗ ಬಿಡು. So this signal is existing from minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2. So I am taken limits from minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. What is the value of x of t? 1. So I will write 1 into the to the power of minus j2 pi ft with respect to t. So what I will do, what is the integration of e to the power minus j2 pi ft? I will write e to the power of minus j2 pi ft divided by minus j2 pi f. So limits are from minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2. If I simplify this, this will become, otherwise just let me erase. So this will become, I will take minus 1 by j2 pi f outside, and I will apply e to the power of minus j2 pi f into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. 2 will get cancelled, that will become minus j pi f minus e to the power of plus j pi f. So this will become like this. So I can write it as 1 by pi f, I can write, and this I can write this as e to the power of j pi f plus minus e to the power of minus j pi f divided by 2j. So just I will mark the line so that you can make it clearly. Okay, so this part. So if you simplify, you will get this e to the power j theta minus e to the power of minus j theta. What is this formula? E to the power of j theta minus e to the power of minus j theta divided by 2j. What is this?
Sine, sir.
Sine
2j theta.
Yes, sine theta. Very good. What is the value of theta here? Pi f.
Pi.
Yes. So I will go to next one, and I will write it as, so x of f equals to 1 by not j, sorry. So 1 by pi f into sine pi f, or this will be written as sine pi f
J pi f.
divided by pi f, not j. J is in denominator, it is already got added with your formula. So there is a formula called sine pi theta divided by pi theta. What is this function called?
Sinc function.
Sinc function. Yes, very good. This is called a sinc function. Then I can write this as sinc. Sinc of what? Pi f.
Pi f.
So x of f equals to sinc pi f. So that means if I take rect of t Fourier transform, then I will get sinc of f. So this is what I obtained. So if you have a time, all of you try to calculate what is the Fourier transform of a rect of t by t. This Fourier transform you everyone calculate. So by this what I will do, just to look at here, I will Did you copy it? Can I off the screen sharing?
Sir,
Previous
group ಅಲ್ಲಿ
page.
share ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ notes ಇದು?